Let us solve a question on interrupts which was given in GATE 2011 for 1 mark. Here it goes. The computer handles several interrupt sources, of which the following are relevant for the question. Interrupt from CPU temperature sensor, interrupt from the mouse, interrupt from the keyboard. No, the question is, somewhat jumbled here. The question is, a computer handles several interrupt sources, of which the following are relevant for this question. Okay, so this is clubbed. These are the things. Okay, interrupt from hard disk, interrupt from the mouse, interrupt from the keyboard, interrupt from the CPU sensor, CPU temperature sensor. Which will be given the highest priority among this? This is the actual question. Okay, so that is, these are the several interrupts occurs. If all these interrupt occurs at the same time, which will be getting the highest priority? That is the question which was given in GATE 2011. Okay, so here you know that the priorities will be based on the speeds. Hard disk is the fastest device, and in which keyboard is the slowest device. So definitely hard disk will be given the highest priority. But hold on, there is also a temperature sensor interrupt. Here, this will be given the highest priority because this is an unavoidable circumstance under which CPU may collapse. So definitely interrupt from the CPU temperature sensor will be given the highest priority. Generally, if there is, this D, if D is not the option, then among A, B, C, A will get the highest priority, but D is an unmaskable interrupt. There is no way we can ignore this interrupt. These interrupt from hard disk, interrupt from the mouse, and interrupt from the keyboard can be ignored. If there is some critical process is running and any of these interrupts occurs, CPU may ignore these interrupts, but CPU can never ignore the interrupt which is coming from the interrupt from the CPU temperature sensor. So obviously this will get highest priority because CPU may be susceptible to damage when this situation occurs. So immediately the interrupt from the CPU temperature sensor will get handled and this interrupt service routine will get executed. That is the answer.